if you are a fan of the book or series Band of Brothers, you know that towards the end of the service for the men of Easy Company, they came into the town where I am standing right now. This is Berchtesgaden in the Bavarian region of Germany. And one thing that they kind of touch on in the book and series is where the men of Easy Company stayed while they were here. Well, right now, I am standing on the site of the Berchtesgaden Hof, which was the hotel that was the headquarters for Dick Winters. This is not it. This is the building for a national park here, where the hotel would have stood during the 1940s, and really up until recent times. It was torn down and this building replaced it. But anyway, today Eric has a few artifacts of Dick Winters that he pulled from the museum archives and brought right here to the spot where Dick Winters would have had them in 1945.
What I have here is Major Dick Winters' original World War II map of this region showing the town of Berchtesgaden. This map was actually in his map case, and I know that because there's notes, and the inside is real bright and really nice, and the outside has dirt on it, and you know, this is a combat used map. This particular map actually got separated from his files, and we recently were able to get this back from the collector that had it, and it's really thrilling to bring this back and think this map was how Dick Winters and his men got here. This is the route they followed, and this is pretty much their final objective. And the Berchtesgaden Hof was originally standing right behind me, and what a thrill to bring this map back here for the first time since the end of the war.
So again, this is not the original Berchtesgaden Hof. This is a building that is built on the site of the Berchtesgaden Hof. The original hotel was torn down really within living memory. But we do have an idea of what the Berchtesgaden Hof looked like. This is a copy of a photo that Eric has in the archives of the museum. And here we can see the front of the Berchtesgaden Hof with some 101st Airborne guys standing out front. So if we look closely here, well, the guy who is pointing up at the sign, you can see he's got the Screaming Eagle patch on his shoulder. The two men who are standing guard, on their helmets you can see the spade. So these are they're from 1st Battalion of the 506 Parachute Infantry Regiment. So that is how the front of the building would have looked where the headquarters was. And this is not from the Dick Winters file. This is from another 101st Airborne guy. But these are brochures that were also taken from the Berchtesgaden Hof, or at least somewhere close by. Berchtesgaden was a resort area, so you know, you'd have these pamphlets. Here's something that's interesting, is this says Berchtesgaden, Germany instead of Deutschland, but if you open that up, everything is German on the inside. But yeah, just a simple little thing that somebody grabbed and brought home with them to remember their time here in Bavaria.
So this is a photo set from the Major Dick Winters collection. Now, Winters presumably took this out of the Berchtesgaden Hof or somewhere else around here. These photo sets by a photographer named Schmid he was one of the local photographers, and he would sell little photo sets in these envelopes. He was a Berchtesgaden photographer, and again, you know, Berchtesgaden was a tourist town, so people came here not only to see Hitler and their Fuhrer, but they would come here to ski and to, you know, there were mountaineering and all kinds of activities that went on here. So it was a resort town. So like all resort towns, all tourist towns, they would sell little photo packs. And there's some interesting ones in here. Here is Hitler's Berghof. That's one of them. And I'm going to show you a couple other ones too.
While Eric is getting these photos sorted out, can we just take a moment to appreciate the view here? Holy smokes, if I was a 101st Airborne guy who had just rolled into Berchtesgaden, I guarantee you, I think I would be choosing this site as my headquarters as well. Waking up to this view, even if it is a little bit cloudy, would be something else.
We touched on this photograph of the Berghof, but here is an alternate view of the Berghof. And also in this packet are some land scenes with showing the mountainous terrain here in the Berchtesgaden area. And this photo, which is very interesting, of some Bavarian children dressed in typical traditional garb. And this photo actually is in Dick Winter's files. He made a copy of this and put it in his files, in his Germany file. And this is the Berchtesgaden Hof, and that's one of the reasons I believe he got that packet right here at the Berchtesgaden Hof.
All right, well, there you go. Those were just a few of the items of Dick Winter's that were right here in 1945 whenever Easy Company was occupying this area of Berchtesgaden. I'm a big preservation guy, so it always makes me sad to see, you know, historic structures disappear. But I realize that, you know, time marches on, and sometimes there's urban sprawl and things like that, development, and we lose these things, and it's always a tragedy to me. But it's cool to be able to have a historic record and be able to bring some of those things back to their original sites and get an idea of what it would have looked like during the historic time period that you are studying. But anyway, that was just a little bit on the headquarters for the 506 here in Berchtesgaden at the Berchtesgaden Hof.